The summer of 2012 promised a peaceful escape for my wife Angelina and me, as stressed-out city dwellers seeking quiet in a rustic cabin near Lake George. Our only neighbor was Jonathan, a seemingly friendly, quiet man in his late 50s, living in a rundown shack. We quickly settled into a routine of daily chats around 4 p.m., building a casual trust. Until the day I returned from a solo hike to find our cabin door wide open, our belongings ransacked, and Angelina hiding, terrified, in the bedroom. "He had a knife," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Jonathan." He was in our living room, just standing there, holding a big kitchen knife, looking for something. My blood ran cold. The serene facade of our retreat utterly shattered. This calm, soft-spoken man had not only violated our sanctuary, but had done so armed. Called 911. Deputies arrived, finding Jonathan's cabin empty, just dust and old cans. Then came the chilling revelation from our rental owner, Mr. Harlan, the true owner of that cabin. A man named Jonathan Ellis had vanished 5 years earlier in 2007. His description chillingly matched the man who had been chatting with me daily, building a deceptive trust. Was it the same Jonathan, returned from wherever he disappeared to, now feral and dangerous? Or a sinister drifter using a dead man's name to terrorize us? We never found out. The police found nothing, the case went cold. But the image of him, calm, collected, holding that knife, forever haunts our summer memories. We fled that night. The idyllic retreat transformed into a nightmare of unanswered questions. Yet that terrifying encounter wasn't the only summer memory etched in my mind by fear. My first summer away at college, I chased adventure. My roommate Chloe and I landed waitressing gigs in a picturesque resort town. It was there I met Leo, a charming, tan, easygoing local cook with a smile that made you feel special. After a month, he invited us to a locals-only bonfire at a secluded cove, promising the real side of this town. We were thrilled, imagining a lively beach party. The reality, however, was a chilling descent into dread. Culminating in the terrifying moment we slammed my car doors shut, just as Leo and his 2 sinister companions emerged from the path illuminated by my headlights. They didn't shout or bang. They just stood there, staring with blank, unsettling expressions. Then Leo slowly lifted his hand, giving a small, deliberate wave. His smile returned, not the warm charm I knew, but a cold, dead, icy thing that sent shivers down my spine. The initial unease had begun hours earlier when, following Leo's winding dirt road and unmarked path, we found only a small, flickering fire, Leo and 2 older men with weathered faces and hard, emotionless stares. No music, no laughter, just an oppressive silence. Leo's usual bright smile seemed forced. He offered a clear glass bottle of special blend tequila, insisting we take a shot, his charm turning fixed. Backed by the predatory gaze of the older men, whose silence was more menacing than any threat, we politely refused. When Chloe feigned sickness, we seized the excuse to leave. "The party's just getting started," Leo had said, his smile finally dropping. As we stumbled back through the pitch-black dunes, the distinct sound of footsteps pursued us. We sprinted to my beat-up car, fumbling with keys, our hearts pounding until we were safely inside. A week later, a police officer casually warned us about that very town. Over the past 5 or 6 years, several tourist girls our age had been reported missing, never found. Leo's icy smile and the older men's predatory stares suddenly made horrifying. Sickening sense, a memory of narrowly escaping a fate we could only imagine. Even the serene embrace of the Northern California mountains could can't shield us from a summer night of sheer terror. I consider myself an experienced outdoorsman, but nothing truly prepares you for the primal fear that grips you when your child is in danger. My young son and I were camping in a clearing, the fall night cold, the moon a giant, luminous beacon. Sometime after midnight, I awoke to a sound far too heavy for any small critter, a steady crunch of leaves and branches under immense weight. My heart hammered as I slowly unzipped the tent flap. There, just 50 feet away, silhouetted with terrifying clarity by the moonlight, stood a massive bear. Its body was broad, heavy, its head swinging as it sniffed the ground. My first instinct was to grab my gun, a crucial piece of gear I always kept close, ready to defend. I knew most bears avoid humans unless provoked or attracted by food, neither of which applied, but the danger was palpably real. Next to me, my son stirred, whispering questions. I silenced him, pointing slowly, and watched his face freeze in fear as he saw the enormous creature outside our tent. He stayed incredibly still. The bear took another deliberate step closer. I knew I had to act. Slowly, I raised my gun, aimed skyward, and fired a single warning shot. The blast shattered the night, echoing through the mountains. The bear flinched, but to my horror, it didn't immediately run. My heart sank. Taking a deep, steadying breath, I aimed again and fired a second shot into the air. This time, the massive animal reacted decisively, turned sharply, its head swinging, and then bolted, crashing through the trees until the dense darkness enveloped it whole. My son let out a shaky breath he'd been holding. I assured him it was gone, but I didn't sleep again that night. Sitting guard with the gun across my lap, listening to every rustle. That night was a stark reminder of the wild's raw power. How quickly peace can turn to peril, and how vital preparedness is when a child's safety rests entirely on your shoulders. The memory of the bear's silhouette, the gun's cold weight, and the palpable fear in my son's eyes remains. A chilling summer lesson that the line between safety and danger in the wilderness is terrifyingly thin.